Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, hey, what is up guys? Horror Nights Fan 13 here, and today I'm doing another speculation video on Codename Writer's Block. This is our third codename for Halloween Horror Nights 2017 Hollywood, but before we get into this video, please, as always, show your support. Like the video if you like it, comment what you think Writer's Block is, and subscribe if you want to keep up with further updating. I have a lot of videos coming out soon, and I hope you're all excited. Follow the social media at HHNFan13 on Twitter and at Horror Nights Fan 13 on Instagram. Both of those I'll give you a follow back on just as a thank you for your support. And without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay, codename Writer's Block. This codename has been very tricky, to say the least. So, let's go over the hints, then let's go over the connection, and then we'll talk about it, you know. There's a few other things to talk about for this codename that I would like to bring up as a point of discovery from myself. Let's get into it. Alright, so, codename Writer's Block. What John gave us is that this codename has nothing to do with Writer's Block. It has everything to do, though, with this picture. I know you can't really see it. I just have it up on my phone as a reference. For me, I'm going to put the picture up right over here on screen, so you'll be able to see it. So yeah, John tweeted out this picture. His wife gave him the present of a writer's block, with the keyboard in the background. With that tweet, he said the missing letters N and M. A clue? Who knows? Later on, we figured out that the missing letters actually are the clues for this. So, hints for this. Hint number 1 is the keyboard picture, this keyboard picture that I mentioned. Hint number 2, I interrogated John a little bit in one of the Q&As. I believe it was the Q&A after the American Horror Story Roanoke announcement. I asked him, like, okay, what made you decide to use the hedge maze as the facade for The Shining? And he said, who said it was the hedge maze? And I'm like, I don't know, it just kind of looks like the hedge maze. And he just said, well, you might be right. And I'm like, as consolation, can I get a hint for Writer's Block? And he's just like, the hint has to do with one of the letters that's partially, or that may be missing on the keyboard. And I'm like, which one? And he said, I don't know, I can't remember in specifics. So I'm like, here, jog your memory. And I tweeted him the picture, and then he said, the blacked out one. Now if you look at the picture again, pop up again on screen, the letter N is fully blacked out and missing. So the letter N is our hint for codename Writer's Block. Let's get into the connection of Insidious Chapter 4. Or should I say, Insidious Chapter 4. That's really the only connection I have. Insidious. It sounds the same. Insidious. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Insidious. Just the same sound in the name. It's not much, but I would not expect John to, you know, go full out with, you know, like, a bunch of different N connections for this codename. I think it's simple as just Insidious. But let's get into some more talking about this codename. I'm going to scroll through my camera roll so I can get to the other pictures that I have for a mental reference. So, about a week ago, I was watching a bunch of Face Off. Because I love that show. I think it's really cool. I love watching the practical effect makeup and all that stuff. And on the season finale of season 10, I found something that looked oddly familiar. That being this house right over here. I'm gonna move over to make a room. This house right over here. This is the house that I found on the episode of Face Off. If you don't know by now, I mean, I should have said it earlier, but I'll say it. I should have said it earlier. I'll say it now, though. Writer's Block is located in the Jurassic Park queue. This is confirmed by John Murdy. But, you know, this house looks pretty familiar, right? Check out this screen grab for my construction video that's coming up soon. Shameless plug right there. This one right here. Look at that! They are the exact same house. It's unbelievable. So, let's talk a bit in context about this. So, this house is located in, like, LA, area, obviously, because that's where Face Off films, but it's located in this oil field area. And on this episode of Face Off, the contestants met up there to be given their challenge and were greeted by a special guest star by the name of Jason Blum. It's Blumhouse Mashup! No. That is a conclusion that if you jump to it, there's no evidence behind it. A lot of people jump to the conclusion when I tweeted out the picture of that alongside the picture of a facade, or a picture of the construction of the facade in the Jurassic Park queue, and I said, guys, I found this house. It was on an episode of Face Off. Jason Blum was on this episode. It's definitely the same house. And all the replies were, it's the Blumhouse Mashup, it's the Blumhouse Mashup. One guy even said, I told you it was the Blumhouse Mashup, and I'm like, dude, really? And then I asked him for evidence, and then he didn't give me evidence, and ended up just blocking me and another HHN guy that I'm friends with, so that's cool. But yeah, so, it's definitely not the Blumhouse Mashup. I'm just gonna say that right now. It is definitely not the Blumhouse Mashup. I'm gonna go into a little bit of explaining as to why it is Insidious Chapter 4. So this episode was from 2016. So Insidious Chapter 4 had probably been, they've probably been in production, maybe pre-production for a little while. I don't really keep track of production phases of random horror movies, but they were probably in pre-production and or actual production. And perhaps a certain somebody who produces the Blumhouse films by the name of Jason Blum saw this house while filming this episode of Face Off and thought, huh, I really like the look of that house. You know what? I think it would look good in Insidious Chapter 4, one of our new upcoming horror films. That's just my theory. I really think that's just my theory. Like, a lot of people have adopted this. I'll leave a link down below to an article written by a friend of mine, HHN Mannix, Justin, awesome guy. He wrote an article talking about why the Jurassic Park queue maze, why Writer's Block is Insidious Chapter 4. He brought up a lot more points about why it's not Blumhouse Mashup than I did. He did a lot more research on this. I'm just saying flat out right now, it's not Blumhouse Mashup, and I'll give a little bit more evidence on it right now. So, why is it not Blumhouse Mashup? Codename Writer's Block was the third treatment written for Halloween Horror Nights. And then there was another treatment written towards the end that John called his mad science project. I don't know about you guys, but the term mad science project, knowing with the leaked lineup, screamed Blumhouse Mashup to me. I don't know why. Wait, yes I do. What's more mad science project-y than combining Get Out, Sinister, Purge, a bunch of horror properties that look nothing alike in the actual films, have no similar characters, no similar environments, just putting them all in one maze showing scenes from each movie. That screams mad science project to me, and it should to you. So, I hope I've convinced you enough that Writer's Block is in fact Insidious Chapter 4, because it is not Blumhouse Mashup. I can guarantee you this, it is not Blumhouse Mashup. Blumhouse Mashup will be on the upper lot. It will be in the Parisian Courtyard, the same venue as Halloween 2015 and as the Gauntlet last year. I can almost guarantee that with 100% certainty. But I'll get into talking a bit more about venues in another video when I talk about the full lineup speculation. I'm going to wrap this video up. Thank you all for watching. Please, as always, show your support. Like the video if you like it. Comment if you agree that Writer's Block is Insidious Chapter 4. And subscribe to keep up with further updating. Have a construction video coming out soon. I know everyone loves construction videos. Everyone was really disappointed that I couldn't do any last year. Sorry guys, didn't really have the money to go up to Universal and shoot construction. My annual pass had expired. those annual passes are way too expensive for me to buy one to go up there. So I'm really sorry that I wasn't able to last year, but this year I have one. I may have another coming out. I have no idea. I hope I do eventually. I might make plans with some friends to go up later in the summer. Never know. But I'll wrap that up. Follow social media at HHNFan13 on Twitter and at HorrorNightsFan13 on Instagram. And I'll see you all in the next video. Take care.